The discussion is the top 7 scariest theme park attractions that Disney has ever created, and so we have 7 panelists. Yeah, 7.
Makes sense.
And each panelist will get to pick one and defend it, and then at the end we have to rank them. That's how the segment works. We're not going to start with Nick because he never told anyone what he was picking, so we'll let him go last so he knows he didn't pick something everyone else did. Yep, you're on a roll this week.
I sent something today. I did. Well, it doesn't matter. I sent it.
You gotta repeat that on mic.
Still sent it.
Is it to match what other people said?
No.
Oh, Nick, you go first then.
All right. Cali River Rapids.
Oh!
Is the scariest? What do you...
Deforestation. It is a spooky look into our future that is our destiny if we continue down this path.
Great argument.
All right.
Well, we have 7th place.
I'm so excited!
When does the graphic come in that's like save the... No, go back to this shot. When does it come in like save the trees? It's going to pop in like right here.
I want a Sarah McLachlan
Actually, I'm
song
being
playing
told
behind
Save
me.
the
That's
Trees doesn't want to be
animal.
affiliated
Oh,
with
okay.
your argument.
Well, there's animals in the trees. What the hell do you think are living in the trees?
I'm so excited.
Animals live in the trees. Animals live in the forest. Guess what? Also, the kids that shoot you with the water gun when you're there as well, like when you're sitting
It's
on the
an
raft.
elephant.
You say kid.
It's an elephant. Whatever.
Oh.
It's
Many a
feet.
dollar.
Yes.
You're thinking of Ripsaw
I'm
Falls.
not.
Bilge barge.
I mean, that one's also about logging, so I mean, they're pretty similar.
And then the
Dudley
stupid
Do-Right and
stream
Polly.
that gets you if you're just in the wrong seat. Like only that one guy in that one seat gets hit in the lift with the little stream that comes over. It's the scariest one, by far, by far. That's all I got.
This is the worst top 7 entry
You made me
in
start.
149
I had
episodes.
3 more that you could have had. I had a list of
In
4.
149, you couldn't come up with only 7
It's
options.
Look, all of my electronics might get ruined on the ride. I might get
Your
soaked.
what?
My electronics.
Oh.
It's a
It's mint
nightmare.
can get
I
wet.
avoid it at all costs. It's an absolute nightmare.
I can only make drinks with dry mint.
That's it. You can move on. You can get the
Solid
camera.
entry. Great entry. Great entry.
Thank
Good
you.
answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Makes us all feel better. We're in the top 6.
Oh, yes.
Baller Pete, go next. Go ahead, Baller Pete.
Pete. Hey,
Baller
it's me.
life.
Come on and slam.
Yeah. You may be like, wait, is that LeBron? Nope, it's me, Pete Carter. I went with, I think something, if you guys really think about it, one of the top 2 scariest rides in all of the Disney parks. And I say top 2 because Eric Morton took my top 1. Dinosaur at Disney's Animal Kingdom is out of control. First of all, none of us here would know how to survive a dinosaur attack. If you look around, maybe in the room you're around, look to your left, look to your right.
Yeah.
Can any of those people save you from a dinosaur?
No.
No, of course not. You're done. You're dead. So whatever anyone else says on this panel isn't worth losing your life. Next, let's say you even know the ride. I've been on it. It's fine. No, you haven't. Certain lights only work on certain days of the week. Certain dinosaurs only work on certain days of the week. It is a free-for-all. It has more random combinations than the Tower of Terror. This is real. I'm telling you. 3. The dinosaur you should be most afraid of, perhaps the one that chases you, is the Carnotaurus. And as a fellow Carnotaurus, this is Pete Carney speaking to you, you want to be afraid of us. If we are hungry...
They're both pretty red.
We are red in the face.
Pete looked and couldn't find the
We are red in
Carnotaurus
the
anywhere.
face. We're only good after a 20-foot burst, and then we stop. But when we are hungry...
And both can't dunk.
We come hard. And also, once you get away from us, we'll probably take your picture, and you might want to buy it. So,
Wow. Oof.
let's get back to why this is scary. You're seeing why this is the number 2 scariest ride on this list. It's in the dark. It is a janky version of Indiana Jones The thrust kick you up when you should go down. When down, when you should go up. There's nothing. Go on this with an empty stomach, you'll throw up. Go on with a full stomach, you'll throw up. Go on it with a stomach, you might survive. Scariest ride in the parks, Dinosaur, Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Now imagine those dinosaurs without a forest.
Oh! They would be extinct.
No.
We have to go back, way back.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, with Bob
That's a
Chapek.
good point. I never thought about
Yeah.
that.
The
Deforestation.
forest
Valid
is
point.
projected.
Yeah. Would you take your children on Dinosaur? If you want to lose them.
Yeah.
And that's Tom's family talking. And know how many times they put Tom on Dinosaur and just forgot to buckle his seatbelt and told him check. And then they said, you have to buckle him in. And then they argued. And he said, I'm from the Bronx. And then they said, you have to buckle him up. And he said, he's going to run a news channel one day. And it went back and forth. And here we are. Dinosaur. Number 2, scariest ride.
I was hardened by the streets of the hard streets of the Cretaceous period.
That's right.
Good choice.
That's a resounding. Get him out of the sound booth back there.
The sane people on this panel, Allison. Why don't the person who dressed as a goose and had things thrown over them seems like
Take her
a
advice.
sane next option. Allison, go ahead.
Okay, so I picked this because when I was a child, I was not scared of this, but actually as an adult going on this, I was like, oh, I'm actually a little scared right now. It's not actually, like, probably a lot of people wouldn't think this, but 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea / Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage, because going on there as a child, you know, it doesn't seem as, like, claustrophobic, but as an adult going on there, like, those seats are real tiny. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm a relatively tiny person, and when I went on there in my adulthood, and I was sitting there, and like you've got all these people crammed right next to you,
Yeah.
and you're all of a sudden going underwater.
In a COVID world, it might be the absolute scariest attraction. Yeah. There's no way that submarine. Well, I mean, there's no way anything at Disneyland's reopening, but especially the submarines. Unless they open the submarines as an outdoor festival, I don't.
So I think that's to me as an adult, that's actually genuinely scary to me to like be like stuck in there and if
Submerged.
submerged, and you're real cramped in there. That's a little scary.
Well, I was always afraid the windows might break and like we drown in there. Like I was always afraid like the
That's
water.
part
would
of
just
the fear of
start
being
coming in.
submerged, for sure.
Yeah.
Perhaps the main portion of it.
I was just like thinking like, what if there's an emergency? We have to get out right now.
Right?
Like you're
exactly. You're
crammed in
underwater.
there.
What if
Crammed.
somebody farts?
That's also a
Guy next to
proper
you, it
reason
will
to be
happen to
afraid.
you. You sit there, you see Nemo, and all of a sudden,
You don't know where it's coming from either because everybody's so close.
I definitely never knew where it was coming from.
They farted Nemo! Cover your nose!
They should be thanking for face masks.
That's where all the bubbles came from. Okay. Get it now.
it's the butt house.
The butt house.
Farting hillbillies! Wolf, what do you got?
All right, so I'm excited because 7th place is already taken. So I'm finally gonna not be in 7th.
Ouch. That hurts.
Pete was good. You know, Pete said.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pete.
What are you, teacups?
You're no.
Oh,
You're aiming high. You're aiming for 6. I mean, you're aiming for 2nd. I'm good with that.
You gonna hit him with the net? Good, then we'll get some use out of that $4 purchase.
Let
But
me go!
all I have to say is, do you remember Hopper?
Oh!
It's tough to be a bug. It's just scary.
Yes.
Quotable!
It's just scary. You walk in there. If 1, it's already dark. 2, you have like this giant animatronic with like. It's just creepy. Yeah, just and then on top of everything else, it's in 3D. So you have all these bugs. If you're already scared of bugs, you have these bugs coming at you.
One of them's farting like
Yeah,
someone
like-
on the submarine voyage.
No.
we have a theme here.
And then I hate spiders. And then you have all these black widow spiders coming out of nowhere that are the size of Me just jumping out of the sky, no, I'm good, I'm done, I never ride that ride anymore, and I'm the Pixar guy. I just don't do it.
Solid number 3 answer.
I just don't do
Solid
it.
Number 3 answer.
I don't do it,
I
and
agree with you,
it's
sir.
That's
ugh.
a good one.
And then right at the end, if everything
Yeah.
already didn't already freak you out, you have like something stinging you in the back, and then you have like
That's just Nick.
No. Oh no. You're right though. This is Disney's version of Universal Fear Factor.
like I'm and as like I'm Latin. I'm Latin. My mom used to like shut down all the like like the bug sprays and all this. Like going into that ride and having bug spray sprayed on me, that was scary. Just like in itself. So like no, I'm good.
Yeah,
And
that's a
then
good
bugs
one.
coming at you like under you. No,
Yeah,
I'm
the
good.
butt
Fear
bugs.
Factor. Yeah.
You can borrow my net
but-
so
Oh,
you can catch.
no, I don't even want to
bugs
get near
if you
them.
want.
Nope,
he say?
don't even want to get near them.
It's
Ugh.
creepy.
Wow.
Stuff to be a bug. Remember Hopper.
Allison
One
does
hand
just.
stands up.
Allison's costume now does just look like one of those bug catchers from Pokemon. You've been challenged by bug catcher Allison.
Versatile outfit.
All right.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Thank you. By the way, I love It's Stuff to Be a Bug. I think it is one of the most underrated attractions,
Agreed.
bar none. I think it's
This is why the
wonderful.
internet hates
I think it's wonderful. No, they hate me for a lot of other
Is that
reasons.
why?
That's the
That's
only
not-
reason why. I don't
That's
see
what
any other
started
reason.
it.
I don't see any other reason.
He likes It's Tough to Be a Bug. I
Let's
don't
be a
believe
bug.
him.
Let's go.
Clickbait. He's just saying it for clicks. It's a video show, but it's for clicks.
No one likes stuff to be a bug. It's clickbait.
Oh, God. All right. Axel?
Now, when I got the question from Laurent, I was
Both the
confused.
rides of
Another,
English.
another person's going to throw Lauren under the bus tonight.
I was a bit confused because she said like scariest ride, and I'm like, what do you mean like things that you're afraid of? So like, oh, like Winnie the Pooh, right? Because like I imagined the kid like licking the bar, and then he's like pulled down on the bar, and you're like, gross. And so during COVID, I would have, but the real one is not only a dark ride, it's the darkest ride out there. And it's still alive and well in Disneyland Paris. It is called Blanche-Neige et les Sept Nains, meaning
Oh, by a darker you mean the lightest color?
Oh, Snow White.
White.
Snow White and
Is this
and
heaven?
the
No,
Seven
it's
Dwarfs.
it's the dwarf
It's-
cottage.
It is the scariest ride out there.
I broke Morton.
You go. You have to imagine. This is a ride that is okay for kids. There's no age restriction, a height restriction. You walk on, and it starts. And the only thing of good in that ride is the end scene, where Snow White goes like,
Yeah.
and that's it. All the rest
Throw a
is
net on
dark.
her.
That was
There's-
terrifying.
The trees become monsters. The logs become crocodiles. It's
Let's get
terrible.
back to deforestation again.
It is one of the
What would
worst
that
things
ride
you've
be without
seen.
trees?
Exactly.
But again, if there were no trees, that ride would be dead. But I mean, it's a kid's ride. There's skeletons all over. You have the witch, you have the queen turning into a witch. It's a nightmare. So if you want to know which dark ride is the darkest ride, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. By the way, look it up. It's a really fun thing on the website of Disneyland Paris because I looked it up. It says that you're boarding a mine train. It's a bet of one of those dwarfs. It's not even a mine train. It has the name of a
It's
dwarf
not
on
a
it.
bet. It's supposed to be a mine cart.
It has his face on it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a
What
mine
mine
cart.
car doesn't have a face
That's
on
a
it?
real thing. They were intended to be mine
Have you ever been to
carts.
Pittsburgh?
Whether or not they look like them, they are
Yeah,
intended to be mine
they
carts.
look like you
You're
have
right. They
those
do
cute
look like
little
they're like
beds.
IKEA beds with a rose stuck in the middle of them. Yeah.
There you go. Not like
And
a
where
mine
would
train.
IKEA be without forests?
So I think the number one Snow White.
Wow. Great number 5 suggestion.
Can I say,
Number one.
Axel, that's not even the scariest Snow White ride in the world. Because when California and Florida open, and Tokyo still has it, you die at the end of the Tokyo Snow White. She drops a rock on you.
You die at
and you
Haunted Mansion.
die. Yeah, but that's not meant for kids.
Haunted Mansion's not meant for
Snow
kids.
White is a kid's ride. It's in Fantasyland.
Kids, right? Snow White scared. Snow White and Pinocchio in Disneyland scared.
You want to make it scarier?
But they put a happy ending on the Disneyland one eventually. But the
couldn't
original
make it that
idea
far.
was you
I
like
jumped off
die.
the floor.
Do you want to make it scarier? Think rides, and then afterwards add Disneyland Paris maintenance.
Oh!
Oh, now you got my attention.
Is that number one? I think we might have
It's
number
back to like
one.
Dinosaur
Ooh,
lights.
it looks
different.
fine.
We went to number
Things
one.
You never know how many dwarfs are going to be lit.
I thought as a kid I liked it because you go in and you had like this smoke effect. So I was like, wow. Until I was grown up, I was like, what does the smoke effect? Doesn't it work? No, back in the days, the French just smoked on the rides.
These dwarfs are tired.
So dwarves are
You
back.
call this scary? I had a meal without butter last night.
God. All right. Eric,
How am I supposed to talk now?
I don't know.
So there are scary rides. There are dark rides, a lot of them. A lot of rides where they'll startle you. A lot of rides where you might feel claustrophobic. A lot of rides that are very well themed, have a spooky like undertone to them. One ride combines all of these things and then adds mortal fear.
Preach.
The Tower of Terror, right? So it's impeccably themed. It might be the best themed ride in Florida, anyway.
In the world.
Maybe. You get into this cramped elevator with a bunch of strangers. It's
That in
No,
itself-
that's
not scary.
Yeah.
That's
That's your argument
Grandestino.
a
there.
bunch of maskless
That's
hillbillies.
us going to Dahlia the other night.
True. But then the one part that really gets me. So you go up and there's all this anticipation. Every time there's this anticipation, you're going through the dark and you're not sure what's happening and glass is breaking and things are happening. You get
go
up there.
anticipation.
The doors open up.
Tuesday night for Nick.
Yeah. The doors open up and you just look down on all this deforested land as far as the eye can see.
There's a lot of trees in Andy's backyard. Andy's
think I
backyard
have a
is heavily
sleeper hit.
forested.
I think I'm gonna win this thing.
And then you have the random, drops. I mean, every time, anybody that goes on the Tower of Terror, just in the back of their mind somewhere is like, I could maybe die on this ride. Like, this could be the one where they just don't stop it. And something goes wrong. Or somebody drops something and then it comes down and hits me in the
Well,
head.
like the famous Tony Baxter line is, what is it? Death minus danger equals fun, right?
Yeah.
So when you take out the actual possibility of death, but the ride feels dangerous enough that equals fun. That's the formula. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my submission. I think it's a clear leader in the clubhouse, the Tower of Terror.
Also, there's a scary little girl in it. I mean,
There is a
that's-
scary little
What's
girl.
that?
That's
Holding a
the
Mickey
Paris,
plush.
the Paris one where she's like the star is super creepy. Like,
Yeah.
people do not like scary little girls. So,
She's smoking on that one. isn't she?
Nick, we're not even going there.
It was a good 7 years. Now pass me that Gruyere, please.
Wow. Oh boy.
What you
All
got
right.
for us, Tom?
This show, the scariest.
This, yeah. That this is still on the air. Yeah. Remember we had 11,000 people watch this 3 weeks ago? Not happening again. Alien Encounter. Alien Encounter has to be. It was closed because it was too scary.
Good number 4.
They had to get rid of it. There was actually a bit where the man in the catwalk gets eaten. They had to take out the part where you hear the bones crunching and it like sprays on you his blood. It's pretty terrifying. Number one, you're sitting in the dark most of the time, which I think makes Stitch's Great Escape probably scarier than half the stuff you guys mentioned, just because kids were so scared of just sitting there in pitch black with a restraint over your shoulders.
Yeah.
You're not even really sure why the restraint is there. A lot of people probably thought it was going to move at some point. Alien Encounter's gotta be like, you're in the dark. A lot of people have never heard binaural audio before, so it sounds like this thing is behind you. It's eating a man like this close to the back of your head. I mean, it's pretty terrifying, and that's why it only lasted like, was it 8 years? It's one of the shortest-lived attractions in history. Other than Rocket Rods, because
It was so scary, no one wanted to ride it.
Rocket Rods might have been actually the scariest attraction ever. We should have had Rocket Rods on there, but Alien Encounter was terrifying to people, and it was in the Magic Kingdom, so people weren't expecting, humans being eaten and all the other craziness that was happening in there while you're sitting there.
But deforestation. Come on.
You're talking about a
trees.
wooden witch statue moving 3 inches. You're like, the kids are scared. The witch came 3 inches.
The smoking maintenance man, though.
There were a few things, like all mine that I had in mind came out of Paris, but is being your face burned off in Armageddon, does that count as a scary ride?
That park should just be the scary. Walt Disney Studios Paris is the scariest
You had
park.
so many opportunities.
Yeah. Lights, motors, action. That was scary.
No, that was amazing.
It's the worst.
It's terrible.
It was great.
Oh no.
You were telling me they're driving the car backwards?
You don't like Kirby?
Let me recap Lights, motors, action.
drive 50 miles an hour in
Car
an
goes
Opel.
forward 5 feet, turns around, goes 10 feet this way, turns around. That wasn't big enough. They just had to keep turning back and forth. And I'm like, is this a ballet? Like, what
That's
is this?
literally what NASCAR is, and you're making fun of a huge sport.
No, NASCAR isn't a 10-foot wide area that the
They
car.
do it. It's harder 10 feet.
They can't even turn around and like
You
towards
wanna have
action.
this
It's so
lights,
tight.
towards action
The guy has to
conversation? We will
start
have
going
it.
backwards and then like pull like this to make it happen. There's not
better
enough room for him to actually
Park
turn
this
the
conversation
wheel.
in the expected mother spot. That's the only way I'll leave you alone.
You know it's bad when the most exciting part of your show is a Herbie cutting itself in half. That's the most
Herbie was a cutter.
excitement.
How dare you?
Yeah.
That's the memorable
Anyway,
part.
what'd you say about Herbie?
Herbie was a cutter.
Can't.
You can't say that.
We have to rank these. So number 7 is Kali River Rapids.
Yes!
Everyone agrees Kali River Rapids is number 7.
Deforestation. Deforestation.
So
Everyone
Kali
was
River
cheering for
Rapids is number
deforestation.
We
7.
should not cheer for that.
I am so happy.
Kali River Rapids is number 7.
That was
What's
quick.
number
I'm
6?
finally playing with the
I
big
mean,
boys.
I gotta say Axel, but I
No,
love it.
as a kid, it's scary.
What?
Snow White is as a kid.
I think it's
As a
scary.
kid,
I think it's scary.
I think it's scary, but just like you just said, I think as a kid it's scary. All the other ones that we have, I feel like
It would
even
be
as
the
adults,
most prone to cause
are
nightmares.
still.
Only if I have somebody sitting behind me makes tough to be a bug scary. Like, sorry, excuse me, was that you?
See, I don't think it's tough to be a bug is
That's
scary.
hard.
I don't think it's tough to be a bug is
bug
scary.
is not.
I think you're wrong.
I think it's there's a startling moment and it's a little creepy, but
Bug
Parents
scares.
have to be a bug.
Bug
very scary.
scares full-grown adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
people
I
that hate
often,
spiders.
I only go in there to look for like the person I think is going to be the most scared, and I sit behind them. That's my enjoyment of it. Stuff to be a
But-
bug.
When talking about being scary, claustrophobic is something that not everybody's claustrophobic.
No.
People that go under there, it's like, oh, it's Nemo.
Yeah.
Look,
I would
oh,
put the
Nemo.
submarines at 6.
yeah, I don't think it's scary.
It's a valid fear, but I don't know on the scale. Yeah, like it's
It's
valid
only
for
one
people.
fear.
Yeah,
It's not all the fears.
sure.
Fair enough.
So
Plus
number
the fear of
6
gas.
for
Unless you
Yeah.
have the fear of
Of
underwater
gas.
animatronics, and I forgot the big word for that.
No, there's no word for that.
There's a word.
Oh, there is.
fear of underwater
I just want to
animatronics.
point out also no trees underwater either. So
There's foliage. There's
Seaweed.
foliage.
Yeah.
well, it's not a tree. It is a plant.
You
like
just
a
Or
tree.
you might call it coral.
We are killing the oceans, too.
All right, this puts you at
Bleach
place
coral.
number 6.
I mean-
There you You've done it.
All right,
Man,
number
I hate to
6.
go after. This is the only way to sabotage yourself, but Tom, your ride is extinct. like, you know, a lot
No,
of
no,
things-
no, no. His ride's number 1, but
No, I think it's number 5.
Damn right.
yeah.
Because
even a
not a lot of
question.
us know what's scary, and it's not still around. And also, things that were scary back in your heyday may not be scary today. You know?
Wow.
You guys were in a theater in the round, enjoying a great show. How do you know that's scary?
I know that's scary because they had to change it 8
Well, you know
times,
what?
and then they closed it because it was too scary.
Well, you
Then
tried to fire me
literally,
8
they
times and I'm
thought the
still here.
solution was to put a cartoon character in the middle. You know what happened? By only changing that part in the middle, kids were still afraid, which
Okay.
proves that it was the scariest attraction.
I'm gonna give you some credit. You bought yourself 1 spot.
right.
Eric, we're back to you.
No.
Hold on, because I'm not.
I think Snow
Snow
White
White.
is 5.
I'm not-
It's
I'm
not
not-
even the scariest Snow White ride.
It is. Yeah, Disneyland is scary because it's on American
No, I
soil.
think Snow White is scarier. I think it's scarier than Tough to Be a
I
Bug.
think it's
That's just me.
No.
They're equal.
Has anyone ever
Bug
been
is
like
scary.
cried after leaving It's Tough to Be a Bug?
I've seen
that's-
people hit the floor.
Yeah.
Are you talking
And
about
it's
like?
tough
But that's a
to be a
the people
startle. It's
here?
not like
My
fear.
niece
No,
and
and
my
then,
nephew,
like,
and I was
weep.
carrying both of them. Have all cried leaving It's Tough to Be a
Like
Bug.
Pete could blow in your ear at a bar and you might hit the
I've
floor and
cried
get
leaving
startled.
Runaway.
Or you might get really excited.
I've cried
While you're
leaving
here.
Runaway Railway. Could we make that number 1?
Yeah.
Oh God, get out of here!
All right, so,
All right, so let's just
vote.
vote on.
Let's
I
vote.
mean, we're between 2 that we're close on.
Who wants number 5 to be Snow White?
Snow White.
Sorry, actually,
Done.
That's 5. It's done.
I'm
But
on
I
that
also
for-
just want
No.
4 out of the gate just to be Bug.
All right, Snow White is 5.
I'm not
I don't
playing.
think so.
What do we want number 4 to be?
Bug. 'Cause
Hold
that was
on.
a big debate.
Hold on,
Bug.
I'm not even
No.
playing. What is yours?
Dinosaur.
Okay,
Everyone knows this.
okay. Yeah.
I'm not just hating on my.
No. I really,
I came here hoping for number 2.
I honestly
and I think
just.
I'm gonna win.
I'm
Unless
leaning.
Tom convinces everyone that the past matters and.
What number are we
there were
on?
8
Don't pull a
changes.
Jill and be like, hey,
Forever, but-
steamroll.
Are we on
down.
number 4?
Steamroll
I'm
down.
good at number 4. I'm normally at 7. So 4.
Great spot. 4 is
I
a
don't
good
know.
spot.
I'm picking Dinosaur at 4. I think Bugs.
I don't think
No,
there's anything scary about
Dinosaur is
Dinosaur to me.
scary.
Yeah, I
It's
think
fun.
I think
It's like-
Dinosaur is
Dark Dimension,
scarier.
Honestly, it's scary.
It's
legit.
no more or less scary than Expedition Everest.
That's not true. My
It's-
girlfriend won't go on Dinosaur. She'll go on Everest 1,000.
I won't go on Everest, but I'll go on Dinosaur. I'll take a nap on
And
that.
we don't
Pete's
know what happened when
girlfriend
you were in the military.
is the bravest person I know. So.
All right, but why wouldn't you go on Everest?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
I guess I don't like going backwards in the dark.
Okay, but she doesn't like going anywhere in the dark. So that is forwards, backwards, up, down, left,
You
and right.
just said she'll go on Everest all day.
All right. Is it
So we
between
now have to
Dinosaur and
decide on
Bugs?
this
All
top
I'm
3,
saying
right?
is, I mean, we know the order of the list. Clearly,
Yeah.
we love Wolf, he's
Bugs,
4.
yeah.
We love Tom, he's 3. I
No,
came over 2,
no,
I got
no,
2.
Tom's
And Eric
one.
gets 1. That is the proper order. We all know.
Get out of here.
We can get to the commercials.
Only
again.
one Disney ride is splattering blood all over you, and there goes the rug.
Space Mountain?
It's empty.
I
It's
don't know.
nice cues. I can juggle them.
It's good.
Oh, I can.
No, I mean, we know the list. Thank you for watching. I mean, I got
Go rent a rug doctor tomorrow. Go rent a rug doctor tomorrow.
It's just.
We still a few things over there tonight.
Oh, that was me. Oh, get out of here.
All right,
No, we.
back to the conversation. Back to the conversation. Is Bugs 4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
out
all right
of-
with Bugs at 4.
out of the other
Everyone's
ones, yeah,
agreeing
yeah.
Bugs at 4. All right. What is number 3?
Dinosaur.
I think Tower.
I think Tower.
Really?
Ooh.
Tower
The
Terror
only
is the
thing that's
only
actually
one.
frightening about Tower
It is the
the
only
heights.
attraction
that's
on this
a
list
huge
where you
scare.
experience any amount of mortal fear, true mortal fear.
Like,
The rest
your
are
body
just
This
feels-
little
is so hard
scares
because
and
I love to
starters.
see Tom lose, but I also want Eric to win. But
This isn't a
I
competition.
know, so I'm going to
You're just
abstain.
ranking them.
All the fear is in it's just little like scares on some of these things. But on Tower of Terror, it's in the back of your mind. I could die.
You voted against me? You're dead to me.
All right, that's cool.
I say Tower of Terror is 2 because it's not just with your mind, it's
Yeah.
with your body too.
Right,
Your body's
right. It's the full-
experiencing
Tower of Terror
it
is
as
the
well, so
number
it's
one
different
scary
senses that are also like what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling as well.
Yeah.
Tower of Terror plays with every single one, so I'll help. I'll be on Team Eric here. Is where like even it starts in the queue. Like you go into a creepy lobby, even on the queue outside, the levels are uneven. Then you're in a boiler room, which is super scary for a lot of people. You're in a basement.
Yeah.
Then you get
Especially
into another
Kevin
creepy room.
McAllister.
Whether you see the video or not, you're in a super creepy area, and then you get into an elevator, and then there's just no. Just put your hands up. Okay, goodbye, and there's no explanation. They don't even tell you in most of the pre-shows what's going to happen. It's really, truly amazing. There's ghosts. There's weird stuff going on around you. You don't even know what's happening. And then they drop you up and down a million times in a random sequence. It's truly terrifying on every level for everyone. It's my favorite ride, like one of my favorite rides in the entire world.
Okay,
It should be number one.
So 3 Dinosaur?
So Tree Dinosaur.
No! It should be two!
No,
No,
Tree
2 is
Dinosaur.
Now we got to fight between Alien Encounter and Tower of Terror. What's the scariest thing?
Alien.
Tower of Terror's still open despite being scary.
Well,
Alien
the
Encounter
thing is-
closed because
so-
it was too
It's not
scary.
because it was scary.
So
It
there-
It wasn't that it was scary, too scary. It said it's just not. It wasn't.
wasn't fun.
It didn't have rewritability.
That's
That's
it.
not true.
So
I haven't read a review like you have to do this ride.
Can
Because it's
there were
closed
no
before
reviews
people
back
had
then.
the internet.
I was reading your magazine way back in the day.
Magazine. I was,
2003.
But-
I was reading your newspaper
and that's
articles.
an important one for a ride like that.
You're gonna let an extinct
Where
attraction win
you
Yeah.
where you were able Alien Encounter, if your kid was scared, you could still walk away.
Adults were scared. No, you couldn't. You had a restraint.
Yeah, but at that point, the cast member can lift the restraint and you
No,
can
you're
walk
in the
out.
pitch black. The cast member can't see what's going on.
Tom hates losing and he knows he's wrong.
Because on
He's so right.
On the
Did you
tower-
ever go on this attraction?
You are locked in a seat. You can't go anywhere. It's dark. There's something chewing in your ear.
Yeah.
There's
yeah, but
things
that's
dripping
Thursday
on
night
you.
for Nick.
Wow.
It's dark,
It's Thursday night
chewing
right
on your ear. There you go.
Sunday.
All right, everybody,
Thursday.
I think
I'm
we just
busy.
vote at this point. I don't think.
What has just become
I don't
of the
know.
show?
We just vote.
I
What
think-
was that?
What has become of the show?
What has become of the show?
Yeah.
I don't, you had a net over your face earlier. Like, what has become of this show?
All right, do we just vote?
Let's just
I'm
vote.
normally in a
Alright.
box.
Who votes
yeah.
number 1 Alien Encounter?
That's true.
No.
Tower of Terror?
No.
Wow. These people are the world. I guess that's it. There you go. Alien
that's-
Encounter,
So
which
much for my show
closed
next week.
because it was scary, did not win Scariest Attraction. Countdown to numbers.
I got in the top 7.
Number 7 is
I got out of
Holly
the 7.
River Rapids. Number 6, 20,000 Leagues, or the Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. Number 5 was, say it in French?
Blanche-Neige et les sept nains.
Yeah, so number 5 was
Oh, you could also
Number
have,
4, it's what?
you have it, you know that there's a German thing about it as well. Blanche-Neige et les sept nains.
It's only funny to these two idiots over there. Number 5 is Snow White. Number 4. Oh. Number 4 is It's Tough to Be a Bug. Number 3 is Dinosaur. No, Pete on his phone.
Number 3, he's like, man.
Number 2, the extraterrestrial. Terror is in the name of that one too. The extraterrestrial alien encounter. Number 1, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
I won one.